CJ Stroud came into the league with some heavy criticism.
And Stroud doesn't even process this straight up. He looks right at it, but doesn't anticipate the matchup.
Whether it was about his play or because he was an Ohio State product.
And then he learned quickly, like, yeah, this ain't Northwestern, bro.
Right.
You can't pump fake a guy and then go back to him.
No.
I was one of the people to criticize him, especially for his poise.
If he's dropping as we get closer to the draft, the truth is the media has viewed him more highly than the teams have, and now the media is catching up.
Yet, as we enter week 5, CJ Stroud has showed some great poise, arm talent, and accuracy. Overall, he's shown that he's the best rookie quarterback in the NFL. Let's dive into some film, shall we? As CJ Stroud has developed throughout the season, he has already proved my scouting report incorrect. Statistically, he has thrown for 1,212 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. While watching film, I noticed a few key traits that either replicate what I noted in his college film or run the complete opposite way of what I was expecting. Why don't we start in that opposite way? Let's begin with poise and pocket presence, a trait that a heavy amount of analysts and draft specialists noted was a negative towards Stroud's game. The Draft Network, Bleacher Report, CBS Sports, even the NFL themselves noted his under-average pressure tendencies. But his poise has immensely gotten better from college to present day. I pulled out a few clips here, starting with this Week 4 clip, the final play of the third quarter. Offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick calls up a single-back deuce play action, getting 3 routes to run from Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and what should have been Dameon Pierce. But right here, he gets knocked over by TJ Watt, eliminating him from the conversation. That's not the key here though. Nico Collins is running a tall drag route that'll break at around the 50, and Tank Dell is running a vertical that ends up getting triple covered. This call leaves Nico Collins in a one-on-one situation with a struggling Levi Wallace. He's let up 4 receptions for 58 yards and a touchdown in this game. On defense, we'll see a 4-man rush with these outside corners in man, the safeties in a deep zone, and Cole Holcomb here spying on Stroud. As we see the play develop, the pocket collapses a bit, but TJ Watt breaks through all the blocking and makes his way towards Stroud. Instead of pulling some wacky decision making like out of college, Stroud scrambles out right to follow the drag. Stroud keeps his eyes on Collins, and as soon as the play frees up, he tosses an accurate pass to the big body wideout for a 24-yard gain. Let's switch gears here to the Texans' Week 3 game against the Jaguars, and FYI, I will only be using these 2 games in this video. Anywho, Jaguars go all zone as they try to prevent this double play action, where John Mechie fakes a jet sweep, staying in the flat after a fake handoff, and Devin Singletary fakes a run up the gut, blocking after his fake. Tank Dell, who was originally paired with Mechie, runs an in route just over 10 yards deep, and the tight end on the left, Brevin Jordan, runs a vertical. Dalton Schultz acts as a 6th blocker before running an out route 10 yards deep. Here, CJ Stroud stays stout in the pocket despite its absolute collapse. He originally attempts to avoid Jeremiah Ledbetter before feeling more pressure from Trayvon Walker, who went outside to inside. He doesn't even move in the pocket, and just before getting hurried by Walker, he finds that Mechie is still open in the flat, throws around Walker, and got Mechie for the first down. Finally, another play action here, and despite all of these play action calls, only 24.4% of his dropbacks ended up being play action in these first 4 games. Houston comes out in pistol strong with Andrew Beck and Dameon Pierce in the backfield, using both of them as blockers to prevent the incoming safety blitz from Rayshawn Jenkins. Only 2 routes are ran here for that reason, with Nico Collins once again on a drag route, but with Robert Woods in instead of Tank Dell. Woods pops out towards the sideline and creates his own separation from DB Darius Williams. Watching Stroud on this play, he receives a 5-man rush with Josh Allen poking out in coverage, and as I mentioned, Rayshawn Jenkins coming in on a blitz. Pretty quickly, the front of the pocket collapses, leaving Stroud with two options: scramble or stay strong. You can tell here in the pocket that he's quickly going through his reads to prevent quick pressure, and he stays strong and finds Woods is about to create that separation. He stays poised, trusts his receiver to make the play, and throws a dead-eye pass to Woods. Now, Stroud isn't perfect in the pocket. He still has some slight poise issues, and my main observation of his is that he tends to loft passes when under pressure, which isn't a terrible thing to do, but it's definitely not the best. Here are a couple examples of this sticking in Jacksonville, where Stroud sees pressure from defensive tackle Roy Robertson Harris. If you're out here lofting passes, Robert Woods would have been a much better option off the throw, but instead, Stroud checks down to Dameon Pierce. If Devin Lloyd reads this play better, it would have been a pass deflection, but the pass is completed, but only for 7 yards instead of a possible first down to Woods. You could also say that if Lloyd makes this tackle, he allows only 2 yards on this play. On this one, the lofting is present as well. Back up against Pittsburgh, Stroud takes the snap out of shotgun with nobody in the backfield, very quickly taking pressure from a double-teamed Larry Ogunjobi and then DeMarvin Leal shortly after. Stroud has an option to zip this pass to Nico Collins, or, actually get it to Collins when he was wide open. But instead, he once again lofts it, putting it under the possibility of being intercepted by a nearby Levi Wallace. It was caught, but at this point, don't be shocked if Stroud throws an interception soon due to his lofting under pressure. The film is clear. Stroud has improved under pressure. The transition from NCAA to NFL is supposed to be hard, but Stroud's making it look easy with his heavy improvement of his under pressure tendencies. Another thing that I noted in my CJ Stroud college scouting report was that he has some great traits behind him, including accuracy and arm talent. I won't go too much on about quotations from my original college scouting report, but long story short, Stroud's got one hell of an arm. So far, these traits have shined at the next level. He's got great anticipation with coverage and puts together crisp throws to dot up his pass catchers. At all 3 levels, Stroud shows phenomenal accuracy for a rookie quarterback, putting together dead-eye throws at all 3 levels of the field. At this point, it's both under pressure and in a clean pocket. Obviously, the statistics are more exceptional in a clean pocket, but he's completed 51.1% of his under pressure passes, which is 12th in the NFL out of QBs with more than 30 pressure dropbacks. That matches Patrick Mahomes and is better than Brock Purdy. Overall, both sides of dropbacks display his accuracy very well. Kicking off this section in a shotgun, Stroud has 5 options on this 3rd and 8, getting Robert Woods running a wheel to out route of the backfield. Both Tank Dell and Dalton Schultz, Mike Boone running a vertical, and the eventual target, Nico Collins, running, guess what, another drag route. On defense, the Jaguars send 4, putting everyone else in the zone except for Tyson Campbell, who is covering Collins on this play. As the play progresses, Stroud keeps a generally clean pocket, stays up straight, and finds Nico Collins. To many quarterbacks, this man is not open at all, but to Stroud, he's able to deliver the perfect pass to Collins' arms without Campbell getting a hand on it. Sadly, Collins does drop the pass, and it may seem weird to cover an incompletion in the accuracy section, but if Collins hauls it in, it's a first down instead of a 3 and out on Houston's first drive of the second half. The second play here has us returning to Houston as Slowick calls up another shotgun set with Tank Dell motioning mid-snap. This play didn't last long enough to see every route unfold, but Dell was running a wheel, Brevin Jordan came in to block, and Robert Woods was doing something. But the target here is Nico Collins, who was running a vertical when he got the pass thrown to him. On defense, it's a 7-man rush with the 3 backers rushing inside and Quan Alexander making his way out to cover Tank Dell. Levi Wallace gets beat by Nico Collins on this vertical, and Stroud makes this play in a great manner. Here in the pocket, he receives pressure from Alex Highsmith, but adjusts his throwing angle to ensure he goes untouched. Once he throws to Collins, it's a perfect pass to his chest while he's falling down. While the readjustment was impressive, the perfect dot to his chest was more impressive given the situation. On this final play, Stroud lines up with an empty backfield 5 wide and a unique play call, clearly attempting to hit Dalton Schultz on a streak here. These two outside guys are Dameon Pierce and Andrew Beck, who just stay where they are. The two receivers, Robert Woods and Tank Dell, run comeback routes, and Woods was actually open here. As I said, Dalton Schultz is running a streak with the Landon Roberts covering him man-to-man. Pittsburgh must not have been expecting this, as a cover 2 man is not the greatest play call against this type of offense. Quan Alexander is covering Robert Woods, edge rusher Alex Highsmith is covering Tank Dell for some reason, and the outside corners are covering the men who cried wolf. Seriously though, Stroud obviously has one target, and when that one target got open, he made a fantastic throw over the head of Roberts and perfectly into the hands of Schultz. Running in line with Stroud, Schultz doesn't have to stop running and or turn around, and he gets the most amount of yards possible on the best throw possible made by Stroud. Stroud's traits are pretty unreal, and this is only the tip of the iceberg. In terms of arm strength, Stroud hasn't had too many opportunities to rip it downfield. He's been semi-efficient when going deep, as on passes over 20 yards, he's went 4 for 10 for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is a 127.1 passer rating. Bobby Slowick's scheme of utilizing heavy alignment versatility doesn't really give Stroud a deep target, but he still finds a way to rocket the ball downfield. Only a couple examples here, but we return to Jacksonville for these first two. Stroud lines up in shotgun in what will eventually be a play action to Dameon Pierce. Both him and Andrew Beck remain in the flat, and Dalton Schultz will check and release. With Jacksonville pushing a 5 front with 4 guys lined up at the next level, they were easily prepared for this potential checkdown route. What they weren't ready for was this matchup between Tank Dell and Darius Williams. Dell runs a vertical and outruns every single person on the field. By the time he caught the ball, he was nearly triple covered, but getting the ball in Dell's hands despite being 53 yards out is no problem for CJ Stroud. Looking at it from another angle, he sets this pass up perfectly. Underthrown and it's deflected. Overthrown and it's risking a crucial 3rd and long. Tank Dell's touchdown later in the game also showcases Stroud's elite arm strength. Houston comes out in a shotgun bunch formation with 4 targets here, as Mike Boone ends up blocking to prevent anything on the blitz. From there on defense, it's pretty much a cover 1 man with Andre Sisco as the deep safety. On the outside, Nico Collins tries to run an in route 10 yards deep, but honestly he got held by Tyson Campbell on this play. But that's not the focus. The bunch confuses the Jaguars secondary. Dalton Schultz runs a drag curl that gets covered by Rayshawn Jenkins, and these 2 other receivers run outside routes. Both of these DBs go to cover Robert Woods, who runs an out route, leaving the fading Tank Dell wide open. Stroud doesn't even need to perfectly let this pass fly because of how open Dell was, but he leaves it exactly like that. Backside, in stride, beautiful pass. And just to add, he makes it look so easy. Look at this. In this final play, Stroud goes with an empty backfield look to take another shot, this time on 2nd and 11 with 3 routes going deep. The eventual target, Nico Collins, goes for a deep curl, and the 2 left receivers in Robert Woods and Tank Dell run drag routes going deep. Mike Boone and Dalton Schultz both check and release. On defense, the Steelers send 4 with Cole Holcomb showing blitz but backing out into coverage. They go all out on zone, leaving DeMonte KZ covering any deep route. Nico Collins, with his great spatial awareness, gets an open zone, and despite being under some heavy pressure, Stroud absolutely zips it to Collins, giving him plenty of time to catch the ball and run. He ended up getting 23 yards of yak here, and it's pretty much due to Stroud's ability to zip the ball with speed and strength. CJ Stroud is a very talented passer, and these last few clips through accuracy and arm talent absolutely show it. I'm sure a lot of people are excited to see him develop in the NFL, and I can't say that I'm not one of them. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I will be putting out a film study every week, so if you're not subscribed, you're missing out. Once again, I'm Chase Keller from Chase Keller Journalism, and thank you guys so much for choosing this channel as your source of sports coverage. I'll see you guys in the next video.